Alright guys, well I'm back today with a video that's a little bit different than what I normally do, and today we're actually looking at a classic World War II revolver. This is a Smith & Wesson Victory Series revolver with a 5-inch barrel, a U.S. property mark, which makes it a little bit more of a rare bird, and we'll talk about that in a second, chambered in 38 Smith & Wesson. Now, there was two versions of the Smith & Wesson Victory revolver during World War II. One we primarily sent overseas in the Lend-Lease program that was this exact model, chambered in 38 Smith & Wesson, and then a slightly shorter version with a kind of smaller barrel, chambered in 38 Special for the U.S. troops. Now, the primary handgun during World War II for the U.S. GIs was the 1911A1, as you see here. I actually picked this one up from the CMP when they were doing their raffles. I won the raffle and grabbed this handgun, and it's a beautiful example of a World War II 1911, just that classic 1911 that everybody's familiar with. But a lot of troops, especially maybe naval officers and different Air Force officers and pilots, were issued revolvers during World War II, and they were issued the slightly, again, shorter version of this revolver, chambered in 38 Special, or in this case, the full-size version, because this one is U.S. property marked, which makes this an interesting handgun. Again, this was generally sent overseas in the Lend-Lease program. And a lot of times when these came back, a lot of guys would pick them up for affordable prices, chop off the lanyard ring, swap out the grips, even refinish them. But this one is in its original configuration, and it is a beautiful example of the revolver. The timing is very good, and this is a little tack driver, although I did not shoot it a ton. Now, I picked this one up at Beltway Gun & Pawn, located in Matthews, North Carolina, and I've done some pawn shop find videos there, and I've been going to them for years, way before YouTube, and they always have classic collectible handguns, especially about 3 or 4 cases of revolvers, including Smiths and Colts and modern production revolvers. If you tell them I sent you, if you go to Beltway Gun & Pawn in person and tell them 704 Tactical sent you over, you actually get 10% off something, and they're doing a big yard sale coming up this weekend on Saturday, so you'll definitely want to check that out and save yourself some money that way. Now, when I saw this in the case, I knew I had to grab it, so I did like my old trade away program where I'm trading some things, purchasing some things, and came out with this revolver. If you're looking for a classic revolver that you can take down to the range and shoot and actually have fun with low recoil impulse, the Smith & Wesson, or the 38 Smith & Wesson, is a great round. It's actually a little bit shorter than the 38 Special. A lot of times, though, when these Lend-Lease program guns came back, somebody bored out the cylinder, allowing them to accept the 38 Special rounds. This one has not had that done to it. I think that really ruins the collectability of the firearm, but it does make it a little bit more shootable at the fact that you can find 38 Special ammo a little bit easier. I love this revolver because it's a great example of World War II history that's easily accessible. These aren't the most expensive World War II handguns to purchase, and the 1911 by far is a lot more pricey if you can find them. So I would recommend that you head over to Beltway or another local shop of yours to really check out some different, interesting, unique revolvers. I find that they pop up occasionally with old-timers liquidating their collection or getting out of the collecting, and you can see them pop up for fairly affordable prices. Now, the prices are climbing every single year, just like every other surplus gun. There's only a limited supply, and a lot of them have been modified, so to find one in its original configuration like this is pretty cool. I love the fact that, again, it's a shootable, working piece of history that you can add to your collection that holds value and is a joy down at the range. So I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope it gives you something interesting and unique to look at, especially a U.S. property marked 5-inch 38 Smith Victory model. Also, if you think you might have one in your collection, one telltale sign if it's missing the lanyard and the grips and even the parkerized finish is on the bottom. You'll see that it's actually stamped with the V on the butt of the revolver, and that's how you know you have a Smith & Wesson Victory model. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.